Heroes and monsters. This is a unit overview video. The purpose of a unit overview video is to give you an overview of what the unit is going to be about. In a unit overview video, we're going to be discussing big questions that we're going to be analyzing and discussing as a class over the course of the next 17 to 20 days. We're also going to be discussing the learning targets. Those are the targets that we want to hit by the end of the unit. Next, we're going to focus on how we're going to get there. What skills are we going to review, reteach, and learn to make sure that we hit those all-important learning targets. Next, we're going to be looking at what we're reading. I want you to know what we're reading so you can kind of get an idea in your head. Maybe even read ahead, perhaps. And we'll also be looking at very important lingo, and lastly, grammar. So let's get started. Heroes and monsters. So, this unit has several big ideas and questions. First is, what is a hero? What is a monster? How you define it? Are heroes and monsters only gendered to fiction? Or can there be real life heroes and monsters? We're going to have a very detailed discussion that is right in line with what's going on with current events today. So I'm really looking forward to that. Next, heroes then versus heroes now. How have they changed? The original heroes were Odysseus, Gilgamesh, I'm sure you remember. We're going to read about Beowulf, Thor, and then we have heroes now. Captain America, Captain Sully, Iron Man. How have they changed? What attributes or characteristics from heroes now did they glean from heroes then? Next, we're going to look at why do languages change. This unit is also called In the Beginning. So we're going to really look at Old English, Anglo-Saxon English, Celtic runes, Norse mythology, and we're going to look at how English, the language, evolved to what we have now. Can you believe back then there was an actual definition and word for swag? Hero-monster conversion theory. Can a hero, a man or woman that started off as a hero, convert into a monster? And can a monster one day be redeemed to be a hero? Heroes and monsters, are they born or are they made? Do all monsters have traits inherently in them, or are they turned into monsters because of life circumstances? And then lastly, necessity. Do we even need heroes and monsters? Do we need a good guy and a bad guy in order for our life to make sense? Next, we're going to discuss learning targets. First, we're going to talk about the culture and subculture analysis of heroes. Depending on the region of the world, that hero could have different attributes and traits that are gendered and aligned to that culture. In America, we like our heroes to be good-looking, strong, and brave. But in India culture, they like their heroes to be full of ethics and morals. In British culture, which is what our focus is, they like their heroes to be chivalrous and sacrificial. Next, our next learning target is we're going to find and cite relevant textual evidence. Next, making inferences. This should be an old skill that we're just going to refresh and renew. And then review of research paper skills. While there isn't a graduation project anymore, we still want to make sure that we keep our research paper skills fresh. And how are we going to get there? Well, we'll get there by reviewing the epic hero characteristics and the epic hero's journey cycle. Next, we're going to discuss the big questions through Paideia Seminar. And lastly, we're going to analyze, compare, and contrast our cultures versus the Anglo-Saxon subculture. So, what will we use to achieve the learning targets? Well, we're going to read some Anglo-Saxon poems. There's 3. We're going to read a chapter from The Hobbit and watch a segment of the film. We're going to read the first British hero, Beowulf, and then we're going to read the first evil monster, Frankenstein. We're also going to look at Harry Potter 1, The Sorcerer's Stone, and we're going to look at some scenes from The Lord of the Rings. We're going to look at the journey of Smeagol, aka Gollum, who tries to turn into a hero, but he can't escape his monstrous ways. Some lingo you need to know. Heroes, self-explanatory. An epic hero, kennings, assonance, and alliteration. Kennings is a 2-word phrase used to symbolize something. So for example, Davy Jones' locker, As you know, Davy Jones was a mythical oceanic creature. So when you say Davy Jones' locker, you're literally saying the sea. Or you say Poseidon's lair. That's also the sea. You know, Poseidon is the god of water. Therefore, his lair would be the sea. So we're going to look at some kennings, and we're going to try to decipher some. And then grammar studies. We're going to restudy nouns, capitalization, commas, some conjunctions, subject and predicates. So this unit is the very first unit. So it's really going to get us off and running. I can't wait to get started. Remember, there's greatness in you. How are you going to show that greatness today? Check you later.